On this episode, we're going to talk about TV and social media. How are they connected, and what's going to happen in the future for both?
With so many different platforms,
Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube,
and their purposes evolving daily, navigating social media can be, well, complicated. Welcome to the Social Media Sucks podcast from Cubco.
Social media really sucks.
Where we unpack the latest trends and help remove the suck from social media.
Welcome back to the Social Media Sucks podcast, you guys. You're tuning for a dose of marketing and to get what's happening in the ever-changing social media landscape. And today with us, we have Chris Carbonas,
Hey,
our
what's up,
CEO
guys?
at Cubco, and then our lead strategist, Andy Damian.
Hey guys, what's up?
So today we're talking about TV and social media, you guys.
Why?
What? Yeah, why exactly?
Why? It's so interesting.
It
Is
is
it?
very interesting.
It
What
is.
do you guys think TV are headed? What role does TV play today versus social media?
I think it's the largest display we have to view things together.
At home?
That's my impression of TV at the moment.
You mean
And
physically or
yeah,
just yeah.
Yeah. I think when it comes to social media,
It's
at
the-
least, I think a few years ago, it was like a big thing that Facebook and YouTube realized that people are actually doing these viewing parties at their homes where they just watch YouTube together. Like when people get high or drunk, they would
Movie
just
nights, right?
yeah,
I mean,
or
viewing
movie
party.
nights, yeah.
Netflix
Yeah.
and chill?
yeah.
Well, normally they would just hang out and watch YouTube together because it was sort of a experience that you could share with your friends and laugh and reflect on things at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And then they actually also made this into a feature. I think viewing parties was or is still a thing on Facebook. I think I don't know, but
When we
I think
talk
it
about
is.
I think we have to separate sort of TV as a device versus TV as in like Flow TV.
Oh, that's also
Because
true.
that's like
Yeah,
two
that's
different
true.
things in my mind. TV as a device makes total sense. I mean, like most people are watching Netflix on their television or Amazon Prime or Apple TV or whatever sort of thing you're
Yeah.
subscribed to, Disney Plus. I mean, there's a reason why they're spending billions and billions of dollars on content for those platforms. I don't know about you, but do you spend? I don't watch Netflix on my phone or on my laptop. It's always at home on the TV. Is that the same for you or?
I actually use it mostly on my phone, to be honest. Netflix.
Really?
Yeah. I don't have a TV because, sorry, I think it's really ugly. That huge screen. Sorry, I know. Like, I'm not gonna appear in the next episode, you guys.
I don't care.
No, it's just it's not that handy. Like the TV is there when it's there. Like
Yeah.
you
Takes
don't
too much space.
exactly. It takes too much space and it's not that flexible. But when I'm on my phone, also I don't watch that much TV, to be honest.
But do you
And-
watch Netflix then?
And not even that much. I do, but not that much. It's only in the mornings when I'm getting ready,
When you're
like
working.
putting makeup on or something like that. Then I just have it like background noise, so I see like
okay.
5 series,
That's awesome.
on loop. So I know exactly what's happening, but I don't have to see it.
Yeah.
I can hear it and I know exactly what the visuals kind of
Yeah.
will be. So I just use it as background. But
That's very interesting.
that's what
actually.
I use it for. So that's why I just like
She
at
has
my
show
phone is-
podcasts apparently.
Yeah.
She's just
Wow.
listening. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, it's that's what I do. So it's like 30 minutes a day where I use Netflix on my phone, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
so that's how I use it. But I think that's a little bit unusual, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would say that most people watch TV, not hear TV.
Yeah.
I think that's what the medium is about. But I don't know. Like, I think you'd be more attracted to radio. Just saying. But
But
all
then-
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
I don't know. Like, I have my TV. It's actually right in front of my bed, and I mostly also use it through just playing PlayStation and watching Netflix on it sometimes. But to be honest, I'm also watching quite a bit of stuff on just my phone.
But you watch Flow TV at all?
Yeah. I mean, what is Flow TV?
Like typical, like put on a
Shows.
television station?
No, I have no
Channels.
cable.
Yeah.
I only
exactly.
have.
Also,
same with us. I have
it
no
costs
cable.
money.
No cable.
Yeah, exactly. It costs
No.
money for a lot of people
I
to
don't-
have that cable TV, and that's really
Doesn't make
expensive.
sense.
Actually, those packages
No.
they make.
Yeah, but it's still like a very powerful medium. Like there's still like a lot of investment from an ad standpoint still goes into
Yeah, that's crazy.
linear TV.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the first time it's the first time ever here in 2021 that social media ad spend has outpaced
Yeah.
linear TV ad spend, which has never happened before, which is really interesting. So
Yeah.
more brands are spending more money in TV. But some of the interesting research that we came out or sort of that we've sort of looked at for this episode is that what's interesting is that both social media ad spend and TV ad spend
are increasing.
Well, they're increasing, but they're out, like it's more than the actual consumption.
Wow.
So yes, so for example, like if you're 39% of your total, they estimate that 39% of the 2022 ad spend is going to go to social media, but it's only 21% of daily media consumption. So you're putting 40%, almost 40% of your budget towards social media, but you're only seeing 21% of total digital media, or daily media consumption.
That's very oversaturated then.
Yeah, so you're about 17% spending too much as they sort of estimate on social media. But I mean, that's obviously some strange numbers because you're also trying to maybe build brand and you're trying to, so even though your ad spend might outpace the actual consumption of that media, you're probably also trying to build for the future, and you're trying to also like have a share of voice, because everybody's putting money in, right?
I think it also has
auction. It's like you're competing against others, right?
Yeah, and there's also like, I think to like linear TV, there is a prestige kind of thing. Like if you are like a well-established brand, especially if you are like a car brand, for example, like you need to have linear TV ads running, because if not, then it just.
I think they use a different kind of.
It gives you like a sense of credibility, I think, also.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of indie brands. I mean, Under Armour got kind of some flack for like spending a ton of money on TV ads when they kind of were just getting started, because they were considered still an indie brand, but it really solidified them against an Adidas and against a Nike to say, hey, we are also here.
Yeah.
And it worked to their benefit. Obviously, Under Armour's huge and they're a massive brand now because of it. So TV is still, I think, extremely attractive for brands. I would never, say don't do TV and spend all your money on social. I still think that there's tons of the population that, still watches a lot of TV.
Yeah.
And you're going to, like you said, get that credibility.
Yeah. And it's also a different experience when you watch an ad on TV versus on your phone. Like that's what we talk to device, right? Like I mean it's a different visual experience.
But we're also
because
like,
it is a smaller screen. Like it wouldn't be the same watching an ad on, let's say, Apple Watch.
Yeah, but we're also sort of like multi-screen by now. So even when you're watching TV, you are probably also on your phone. Yeah. Especially when commercials come on. So then there is also like, okay, you spend this amount of time on watching TV per day, but how much of that time is actually, undivided attention? So I think that's also like a very interesting multiplier in this whole equation.
But I do think that social and TV can play together well, and I do think like the best TV ads are also making their way to social.
Yeah.
We talked about on the last episode, the Christmas ads. It's obviously an occasion where you want to put it on TV.
Yeah.
Right. Or also Super Bowl, or also sort of big occasions. TV still makes complete sense.
I mean, the ad creative is basically almost 1-to-1. And I would also say that like if you're using social ad creative best practices for your TV ad, you are actually getting the better out of it as well. Because what we had with TV, it was undivided attention. You didn't have to use hooks because people couldn't skip and things like that. But now that people also, use all sorts of other devices, their attention is divided. You do need those hooks, and you do need those like social best practices in your TV creatives as well, in order to make them as engaging as possible.
Definitely.
And you can run them on YouTube. You can run them on other platforms as well. You just have to figure out, of course, on YouTube you can still run the 16:9. Or 9:16?
16:9.
16:9. Yes. I always just mix
9:16 is the other way.
Yeah.
That's
and then
Instagram stories.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think you can also just, always repurpose it for other platforms as well, depending on framing and things like that. But that's the nitty-gritty of it.
Yeah.
There's a
Other
lot.
than sometimes brands want to repurpose stuff for TV that just does not work on social.
Oh my God. Yes. Yeah.
And he's like,
unfortunately,
that's the cardinal sin, I guess, in the social media world. Is like,
I also have seen.
It happens all the time. And also, I mean, YouTube is saturated now. Even in the last 2 years, like YouTube was, you'd see a couple pre-rolls. Now every single video has pre-roll.
Yeah.
And normally
not only
like
one
two,
of them.
It's like two pre-rolls. And usually they're crap. Usually they're like the shopping market down the street who's trying to push the latest, meat product to you, or like here's a deal on wine or whatever. And it's like, come on, guys, this is not like, you could be so much more creative here. But
I think
that's what they're spending their money on.
I mean, the talk of town is also for TV. The difference between on demand and flow, right? I mean, that's what social media kind of gives you is on demand, while TV we always associate it with flow TV and something you can't skip. But now there's a lot of different options, Netflix on demand, and all these sort of apps that can give you an experience on demand, and also soon TikTok will be rolling out as a TV format.
I think it's rolling out already
in US and Canada, exactly. So
it's smart.
like,
I mean, they're really going after Netflix. And
Yeah.
really
exactly. They want to
really going
compete
after
from that
YouTube
space
as well, which YouTube and Netflix,
would you guys watch TikTok on
yeah
TV?
that's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Like, do you think it's like going to work?
well, when you look at Gen Z and Gen Alpha,
Gen Alpha is very
they
interesting.
watch a lot of YouTube on TV.
Yeah.
And I can even see that from my son's experience is like him and his friends when they're watching YouTube, it's either on a laptop or most often it's on TV, right?
Yeah.
They're watching Mr. Beast on TV and that's like the YouTube channel on TV, and he's just basically using the YouTube app.
Yeah.
So that makes sense also for TikTok is that they want to have that location. And I think what it's going to do is it's actually going to open up more users for them that they didn't actually see before. Because you're not going to spend, maybe it's not going to be those existing users, but it's going to be even maybe younger kids they're kind of hoping for, like to try to get that audience as well. So
do you guys see will translate well? Like TikTok is a completely different platform format-wise than
it's gonna
TV.
be weird on
so it's kind of interesting
video side. Like
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird.
That's my only worry about it. It's like you don't
The format.
But I mean, maybe they're gonna introduce 16:9, like
Or like
Maybe.
Flip TV.
Yeah.
yeah. Mount your TV this way. Just turn it around.
I mean,
To
they
see all the
already
videos.
We have some of those in
Yeah.
the office.
Yeah,
True.
we've got those,
Yeah.
but those are just
My
those are display.
thing with
right?
TikTok
But-
is that there is a lot of like, it's very engaging and very short form, but there is still a lot of like discovery that goes on. Like, okay, I don't like this. I don't like this.
But
I like
the
this.
scrolling
And then-
feature is replaced by just autoplay.
Yeah,
when they rolled that out.
that's also fine. But then like, how does the autoplay decide? Like,
I'm sure
because
you're gonna also be able to.
yeah, but
Yeah.
but for me, like TV controllers were always like counterintuitive. I think like they are just glitchy. They are not like really designed for humans, I feel like, and not even like
What
the
are they
very
designed for?
not even like the very modern ones, like the the Samsung QLED one, the new one,
the remote.
got one remote that you can just like, it's basically a magic wand, and it's
A
still
magic wand?
yeah, wand. Sorry, magic wand, and then it's still very like, to me at least,
Not
it's
intuitive.
it's quite difficult to like, I wanted that
That's
button.
it's
Yeah.
tough.
I might
Yeah.
be just like,
It's
I don't
like
know, a boomer
experience
with TVs.
Wii, though.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's like playing Wii.
Yeah.
You know,
I got a new QLED TV, and it's got the arrow thing, and it's not cool. It's like
I don't think so.
I really want to. There's no pause or play button, and I'm like, give
It's
me
just like,
a fucking play button, please. God dang it! But they don't. So you gotta like
Yeah.
fap
I think
around
it's
with it.
I think
not
it's
good.
I think it's just not good
It's
design.
not good design. I agree with
Would you guys use any other social media platform on TV
YouTube.
besides
I do,
TikTok? Yeah, of
YouTube
course
all the
YouTube.
time, but I think that TikTok is a weird one for me, just simply because of the format of the 9:16,
Yeah.
and I think it's gonna work for those who don't care about that. Like because if you're seeing it here versus on a bigger screen,
Yeah.
you won't. I don't think you really will care.
But you will
Um,
be able to see like all the other videos like basically on the side. So you can basically also see like much easier if you want to like skip a video or not. But
Yeah, maybe it's gonna flow. Like maybe you'll be able to like see a
Yeah.
carousel of
Yeah,
things.
true.
I haven't
Ah,
seen
yeah.
any UX designs on
Yeah.
it, but I do think it's gonna be interesting to see their numbers.
Yeah.
and
And
see how it works.
my thing with TikTok on TV is that like I know that TikTok is trying to go after the longer longer form content.
Mm.
So
5 minutes,
they're expanding it, and I think TV is ideal for YouTube because YouTube is longer form content, and you don't need to interact with it that much.
Yeah.
And YouTube also has the autoplay function, by the way. So I think what's going to be interesting to see is if TikTok uses this momentum of going on TV to push maybe more of the long form content to
Yeah.
users who view on TV, because they might have some data on this already coming back.
So do you maybe think that's one? It's what motivates social media platform. Let's just say TikTok to move on to the TV platform is like more testing or push their new
Yeah.
products.
Yeah, I would say so. And also it's just more screens, more ads, more eyes.
More eyes. And it feels makes way more sense than Facebook TV.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Like it just makes TikTok versus
I mean,
Facebook.
I love those guys who are building those mud houses in the jungle and things like that. But Facebook TV is just not a great experience in total.
What are you talking about? What?
Am I sitting on the other end of the Facebook algorithm?
Yes.
What?
Okay.
I've seen.
You
I've
do not
seen-
see those
I've
guys?
I've seen the
They
guys
make
build
crazy
total
stuff.
I know. I've seen the guys make incredible things out of mud.
They make crazy stuff
yeah.
out of mud. Then they catch like crazy fish and like they do all
Yes,
sorts
I
of
have
stuff in
seen
the
this.
jungle.
Yeah.
It's very crazy. You should go and see. That's all I watch on
Yeah.
Facebook.
I watch a lot of Lad Bible.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
that
not,
Bible.
I'm not on Facebook anymore, really.
No, you're not on Facebook.
I have it- I have
you
it.
don't have a TV. You.
It's fine.
What do? You just live in the jungle?
Yeah, I work. I
And
live
build
here.
mud houses.
She's actually the one.
I work here.
You work here in social media land.
No, I use TikTok though.
That's good.
Yeah,
We know.
of course.
Yeah,
We
we are
know.
proud.
Yeah,
We're proud of you.
I'm still with
Yes.
you.
But
Okay.
Actually, I wanted to mention something. A part of that study that I mentioned at the beginning, which I thought was like shocking, which kind of applies to what we're talking about here, but kind of doesn't, is that podcasts and podcast advertising is still super undervalued.
Yeah.
So they're saying like the amount of media consumption of podcasts
Yeah.
doesn't match the advertising spend at all.
Really?
So it's like clear sort of winner for those that want to put in some money in podcast advertising. You're gonna reach a larger audience at a lower cost, and it's
We should
Are
definitely
you
try
fishing
it.
for sponsors for this one?
yeah. If you want to sponsor the podcast, please let me know. Just write me, Chris@cubco.com,
We can do a test.
and I will. No, I mean like
We
and
should
there's
sponsor
also,
other podcasts.
Well, the thing is, there's platforms for it though out there in terms of dynamically placed ads. You can kind of, if somebody's in a network, you can kind of
yeah.
dynamically place them, or there are solutions out there to reach out to podcast hosts directly and say like, hey, I'd like to, have you host something, or like have you read an on-air ad or whatever it is, right? So there are options.
What about Spotify ads?
Yeah,
that could be
Spotify
quite
ads.
interesting,
Yeah,
especially
true.
for like this podcast. Like, hey, are you listening to Spotify right now?
Yeah, but that's
also
Don't
the
you want
point,
to come
like-
over and listen
Yeah,
to
but that's
social
the thing.
media
How many
sucks?
people use Spotify without the ads? Like, how many people
Lots.
don't have the premium?
A lot
I
of
don't-
people.
Okay.
Tons
yeah,
of people.
and even people who shouldn't. I'm
Yeah.
like freaked out sometimes. I'm like, why are you doing this to
Yeah, I'm
yourself?
like,
I have
who
the free.
does that?
I have
Yeah.
got the free version.
What?
For
But I
real?
also pay
Is
for
that-
the Apple version. I've got Apple.
Ah,
I've got Apple Music,
okay.
and then I
Okay.
just have Spotify free.
Yeah.
Do
because
you
I
use
want
Spotify?
Yeah, here at the office, I do.
Super snot. It's super.
I don't
snotty
use
though.
I don't
Like,
use
who doesn't pay
Spotify.
for
I don't use Spotify on the app. I use it on the desktop
Okay.
because the Apple Music desktop is crap. The Spotify is way better.
Yeah.
And also, I just want to keep up to date on what the hell's going on. I mean, Spotify surpassed Apple in terms of podcasts
yeah.
listeners, right? So I just need to keep up to date on what the hell's going on here,
Okay.
because when you see a platform that's paying for Joe Rogan to come on and paying for other platforms to other creators, to
Yeah.
like actively put their podcast there, you kind of go, okay, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, I do believe, like you said, it's going to be an advertising. It already is an advertising medium to put ads on Spotify podcasts. It's just going to continue to grow,
Yeah.
and I think it's a really
Yeah.
awesome opportunity.
We should
talked
try it out.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about this
Yeah.
audio landscape, kind of audio advertising in a previous episode, so go listen to that one, you guys. And definitely, there's a lot of untapped potential.
Yeah,
Maybe we should
absolutely.
elaborate in a extra podcast episode.
Does Spotify
someday.
have a TV app?
No.
TV app?
I don't
No,
know.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Let me sum up some key takeaways from this episode, which is we see value in both TV and social media. So when brands you want to advertise, you definitely should think of using and explore both platforms. But we advise that when you use TV, you should still think of, using some social media hooks in your TV ads, since there's a lot of competition for attention when you're actually sitting in front of your TV and you have so many screens available these days. So you can definitely still apply some of the digital marketing hacks when you get into the TV landscape and explore that forum and format.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Please like, subscribe, comment, leave all the love. We'd love some reviews out there on Podcast Land. We really want to make this a number one podcast in the world for social media. So we need your reviews. We need your attention. And if we don't have that, we will fade into nothingness. right? It'll be very sad. I will cry. Okay, so please do all those things, and you have a chance to win a $100 gift card to my favorite website, Amazon.com. So don't be afraid. Comment, like, subscribe, and we will announce winners soon, and you can get yourself a $100 gift card to Amazon. So go do it. All right.
Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you guys.
Thank you
See you
guys.
guys next time.
This has been the Social Media Sucks Podcast.